Hey everyone, hope you're having a good week. Just thought I'd quickly just do a bit of an information video. So at the back end of last year, I started to talk about, getting back on top of the life skills programs. And what I mean by those is obviously the 5 badges that we offer out, obviously, as a free a free thing for the children to gain new badges as they progress through the ranks and stuff like that. So over the next sort of 6 to 8 weeks, we're going to be back on those and looking through who's had certain badges, or who has earned these specific badges. And it's one of those things that we want to try and obviously make sure, again, we're getting back on top of. The way that we do it is going to be, one of 2 ways. It will either be one of those things that it will be incorporated in as a grading, or it will also be incorporated in as possibly, maybe looking at the life skills programs every, maybe sort of 3 or 4 times a year. Obviously, again, that's not going to, one of the things for the children is to be able to, be more confident, be more focused, and then, obviously, looking at specific things like teamwork and belt tying and stuff like that. That is not the be all and end all of, the karate. First and foremost, it is the karate training, and obviously them being able to, to be able to defend themselves. Most of you know now that, and I've put out in numerous emails, I've said it in the classes as well, and obviously I appreciate sometimes the children won't obviously relay those messages. But we have invested a monthly subscription into a new, what they call is a CRM system. So a CRM system is basically a system that tracks, obviously, you guys. So, how many classes you've done, when did you last grade, when are you due to be looked at? So obviously there's a minimum amount of time on there. When are you due to be looked at for your next level? It tracks your birthdays, it tracks, just bits and pieces. So, we can have emails, we can have text messages, and there's loads of other things that come with this. So we've been, we've had this sort of, we've had this system now sort of been running in the background, since maybe sort of November, December last year. And with everything that we've been having going on, we haven't progressed fully with it. And it's one of those things that we've got to get back on top of, because, again, it's costing us a fair amount each month to make sure that, we have this in place. So over the last sort of 2 to 3 weeks, we've been looking at different things, and Tina and Tony have been going through this specific system. It's called Sparks, or Sparks membership, and basically, like I say, it tracks all of those different things. And likewise, it will be tracking these specific, life skills badges. So all they are is it's a small badge. Which goes either on, it can go anywhere on the gi. I don't mind where it goes, so it can either go on the shoulders or on the chest, or it can go on their trousers. I don't mind wherever it goes, as long as obviously, you decide to put it on. They are self-adhesive. They're adhesive as in you can iron them on, but I do sort of suggest on putting a safety stitch on these too. So there's 5 to get: belt tying, focus, respect, teamwork, and also confidence. So there's those 5 badges there. Now, there's a lot of people that have already had plenty of these, or they've earned plenty of these. And there's also loads that probably don't have any yet. Okay, don't worry if you haven't had any yet. Okay, it's just one of those things that we haven't been incorporating it within the classes just recently, due to obviously other things that have been going on. There are a few that have already achieved, their 5 full badges, which is absolutely great. You also get a certificate with those as well. Every time you earn a badge, you also get a certificate, obviously, saying which badge you earned. So again, that's something that we need to, like I say, get on top of. So now that we've had this new CRM system, we've lost some of that data on who's had what badges. So it's one of those things that we need that information again. We've got certain amounts of information, but there's a lot that has gone missing. We have pictures on our social media pages, but also sometimes some of that, trying to keep track of, the amount of children that we do have, has been a bit of a struggle, should we say. So again, it might have been one of those things where, Sensei Chrissy hasn't come to class for whatever reason, and we haven't got a photograph of that specific child getting a badge or earning a badge. So we won't have that sort of down on data. So what I'm asking you to do over the next sort of five or 6 weeks or so is send us an email of your child's life skills badges. Okay, so if they haven't had any, send me an email, let me know. If they've had 1, let me know which one it was. If they've had 2, let me know which ones they were. 3, 4 or 5, still let me know. Regardless whether you got 5 or not, we want to make sure that we have that down on record. To just to keep everything on track. So again, it's, this year is about tightening things up for us on a system. And this is going to be, one of the first stepping stones within that. So it's the small wins that make the big difference. So I want to get get all that information through. So what I would like is over the next 5 to 6 weeks, I would love an email to come back. And again, I'll put this in an email. And I will write it down within that email too, because sometimes people don't watch the videos, which is quite challenging, all right? And I appreciate that because I do a lot of videos. But also, likewise, I'll write it down in an email. I'll get all the information out there, and I do need to have that information. If I don't receive that information, your child or your children may get missed. And again, that's not a nice thing to happen, because then there comes that awkward conversation with me. Oh, my son hasn't, or my daughter hasn't got this one yet. Everybody else has got one. So I need to make sure that everybody's, getting on top of this. I appreciate you guys are busy. Also, likewise as well, it's about, your child's development and pushing forward and making sure that we're doing the correct things by you. So like I say, we're investing every single year. We're investing, whether it's on new equipment, whether it's on new systems. Like this year, this is a new system for us. We're investing in it to make things more streamlined, making it more, adaptable. We end up getting an app as well. So there's going to be loads of different things happening throughout this year. It is time consuming. I appreciate it's time consuming, but also likewise, we need to make sure that we're doing this correct. So we're sorting things out, obviously, by you guys. So, like I say, if you can get that information to me, that would be perfect. All I need is the child's name or children's name, and, they've received this award, Focus Award. They've received this award, Respect Award. I need to know, obviously, what ones they've received. And again, if you haven't received any, please let me know that they haven't received any. Then that way we can also get on top of that as well. Over the next couple of weeks as well, and next few weeks, we've got the team. We've got Casey, Tina, Tony, Jess, and Kieran as well, and obviously myself and Chrissy. We'll be having a look round, obviously, with people on what they've got on their gis, and we'll be asking some questions on what ones they've received. So please bear that in mind when we're doing classes throughout the next few weeks as well. It is only for children, so we should say 16 years or below. But then after that, you don't obviously have them, all right? It's just one of those things of, we're doing it obviously for the younger members. But anyway, thank you very much, obviously, for listening, and take it steady, and we'll catch up soon. Thanks a lot, guys. Ta-da, bye-bye.